Herzlich willkommen, Leute. Ja, wir fahren wieder nach Brasilien heute. Ich weiß nicht, ich sollte Englisch reden, weil cool, weiter geht's, weil die Videos hier auch danach noch gesehen werden. Deswegen ist heute eigentlich der Englischtag. Okay, so let's talk English and the same program as yesterday. Who is here again? Welcome. We will go in a little bit deeper. And maybe we do something else also than yesterday to make it more interesting. I have some ideas, okay? So, first of all, hallo Klaus, hallo Peter. Schön, dass ihr da seid. Super. First of all, I would like to repeat a pattern we did in the last time. It's pattern 3. I show this to you slowly. You see my right hand here. Sorry, it's pattern 4 from our series of patterns. Now let's do it together. 1, 2, and... Now, let's do it with our nice little chords here, the E minor 7/9 and the A 7/13. You see? 1, 2, and... Let's make it more interesting and change after one measure only. So it will be like this. Okay, together. 1, 2, and... The second part of this pattern number 4 is when I play the A chord, it's like this. Okay? When I begin now with this measure, I have another pattern. I start here. So I can start also only with the bass without the syncopation. And this is exactly what we do with Falsa Baiana, with the piece I sent you, or it's the link is also at the video, in the video description, so you can still download it. No? We start now with the second measure and we get a new pattern. So if I play the beginning of Falsa Baiana, it will sound like this. And when I start with this 16 note, it gives another kind of groove. You feel this. Makes the whole thing a lot groovier. And very important is, again, shorten the notes. If you play samba, it's not like Bossa Nova. Bossa Nova would be maybe like this. Much smoother, much more going softer. No? Samba is played with a lot like percussion. You have always to imagine the percussion. The percussion is like this. You see, it's like this. Let's do it with the first chord. You can play the easy version or the advanced version. It doesn't matter. So the first chord in the easy version, I put always my fingers down here that you see better where my fingers are. Normally, it's not good. Normally, you should keep the fingers here, okay? So you see G and F sharp, no? Or you take the G major 7 here. Okay, so let's just train now the pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, and. You see, very important. You do with this shortening of the notes, you do twice. So you have to do it even more if you have empty strings, because then you have to do it with the right hand. Go back with the fingers. The bass can sound, no problem. Okay, did you see it? Here it's easier. Here can use also the left hand and imagine always that the guitar, especially when you play in a band, it has also in the accompaniment the function of a percussion instrument. So it gets very transparent if you play like this. Other instrument like piano or melody instruments or a singer comes much more to the front if you play like this, no? You see? This is very important. Play light. Don't push the notes too much. Don't play like this. No? Try to avoid this. Don't push the basses too much. It has to be light and swinging. No? And always also, there's something very important. Let the body feel the rhythm. You have always to know where you are. No? So you have to feel the pseudo beats. Buck, boom, buck, boom, buck, boom. This is the bass here, the sound, no? Play with me. Now we practice lightness and groove, okay? Just with body movement, with one chord, shortening the notes. Let's try it again. 1, 2, and. Okay? So this is maybe a little bit another aspect than yesterday. I talked more about playing the whole piece. Now I want you to get really into the groove, that you can feel the groove if you play it yourself. And also if other people listen to you, they must feel the groove. No? That's very important. So you have to know two things. The bases, 1 and 2, the 2 quarters. No? 1, 2, 1. This is the pseudo, and then you have the percussion pulsation, the no? These are a lot of different patterns you can use there. In Cuban music, for example, this is called clave, but in Brazilian music, you have hundreds of these claves. There's no specific one. The tambourine has different claves all the time. You have the agogo, this is cowbell. You have the shakers who play another rhythm. So, and all this together, you have always the pulsation. Do it with me once. Let's play the pattern and try to do with the voice. It's very difficult, no? So this maybe is the first step to sing at the same time and play. This will be one of the things I will train with you in the closed group from next week on. We will have wonderful solo pieces like O Astronauta. I will prepare this for you. And we will do some songs we already did, but I show you how to sing to them. So, eu sei que vou te amar, com toda a minha vida vou te amar, da 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 da, and so on. No? So there you will learn independency of voice, of the basic beat and the pattern you play on the guitar. Very interesting and a very nice rhythmical exercise. Okay, so maybe let's play a little bit the piece now. I would like to show you before we do this how it sounds, that you have an imagination. And who wants can already play with me. We have the melody and some percussion. Let's listen if it's loud enough. If it's not loud enough, please say something. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think this is okay, no? Okay. So let's start. You heard that there is a count in, okay? And after the second measure, we start, but you don't start with the melody note. The melody note is before the whole thing. So go with me. I play with you. Play the easy version, play the advanced version, whatever you like, okay? So let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that's it. 1, 2. Klaus is asking something else here. Yes, we can do the piece by João Bosco in our closed group. Incompatibilidade dos gênios. Okay, we can do this. I prepare this for you. But let's come back to Farsa Baiana. You listen, maybe you saw this. I already wrote this down in the score, that you have a change in pattern. You can say it's a little bit boring because it's always the same pattern. Okay, but it's much easier to play for the moment. for sure you can vary a lot, no? But first of all, let's stick to this pattern, and I show you after some possibilities of variations. So this would be also a progress to yesterday, because I can show you what you can do else in this piece. No? First of all, I show you the change of patterns. You see in the third line, the last measure, I wrote pattern 1. So in this case, you play with the syncope from the last. You can do this very often if you have 2 chords in the same measure. It's easy to switch to this pattern because it's always fitting, and it's always nice to play it like this because you have always a syncope before. No? So syncopes always sound good because it adds something to the groove. It's very different to something. This is okay, you can play it, but it doesn't sound so Brazilian. No? Syncopes get you into the groove because it's something which is before the bass, and so it takes you into the rhythm somehow. No? Okay, you have this change of rhythm, and you have at the end, you have a little pattern. Last time when we made Euseki Votiama, we talked about the patterns where you play with single fingers like this. So I went here a little bit smoother at the end. What about if we play the first 2 measures with this pattern? It would sound like this. Let's try this. 1, 2, and. Yeah. So you have always thumb, index, middle, ring finger, and then you play the whole chord, and then again you do this kind of chord. Wie sagt man, Zerlegung. Ich wusste mal das Wort. I knew the word for it. So you break down the chord into single notes. No? Let's try this with the first 2 chords. 1, 2, and. You see, the change of these first 2 chords is only going from F sharp to A. With the other one, it's more difficult. You have to change quite a lot. But what can you leave on the guitar? It's the 4th finger. You see? And the others go like this. Train this chord change a little bit before you start to play. Much better. No? Because then, you see, you have trained it already. And you get lightness into your play again. So let's do it again. 1, 2, and. So this would be a possibility to play this pattern. Also, what is very nice, samba very often starts with a special figure, and I have written down this to you in the patterns. Look at the last pattern, which is written here, pattern 10, okay? So try to memorize it a little bit. I will play it for you. It sounds really nice. Ba, ja, 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 daka, di, dak. Huh? It goes like this. Okay? This is very nice to start a samba. Then it sounds like this. You see? This is a very nice introduction. No? So you could also take this pattern for the first 2 measures here. If you need these patterns, this is the Bossa Basics 1. The link is there for the material. So just download it there and you can use all these patterns and try to vary a little bit in the piece. No? It's very interesting. If you start, for example, with the samba pattern, then you make you break the chords into single notes, and then you come to the original pattern. So now you have a really nice thing going on because you already varied a lot the patterns. Try it with me. So let's do it again. Di da di da 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 ga di da da di do di dum da di do di dum da di da 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 da, and now together. 1, 2, and. So now you make the piece really interesting because something is happening. But what is also very important, listen to the singer. If you want to learn how to accompany a singer, listen to Romero Lubambo. Romero Lubambo. No, Andreas, I can't look into my mails now, but I will do it. No. Romero Lubambo did this with Leni Andrade, very famous Brazilian singer, on 2 CDs, and there you can listen how many variations you can do. Okay, so let's look a little bit more into the piece. What about the chords? It's interesting because you always have kind of the same chord progressions. You find it always. Remember, Girl from Ipanema, you had first step, then you had the second step as a dominant 7th chord, then as a minor chord as is normally, then we go to the dominant and back. This scheme, so first step, then the double dominant, how it's called, no? So the G7 is the double dominant to F, dominant to dominant and resolution. No? This you find here again. It's nice because it's always there. You see, you go from G major to A7, then comes the minor chord on the second step, then you go to the dominant, and then you have the G major. These patterns, these schemes are very often used in Brazilian music. So you can find it even in the other piece we had. It was, what was it? So Danço Samba. Remember, it was like this. Now comes the double dominant. Second step, then the dominant. It's so often used, no? So we have another interesting thing. It's the C sharp diminished chord here on the third step. Okay, C sharp diminished. Which function has this chord? So you have 2 possibilities in this chord. You have 2 times a diminished fifth. Here, tension, which wants to go to release, and this one, tension, which wants to go to release. I could do several different dominant 7th chords. No? So, for example, I have here in the fifth, in the F sharp dominant 7th chord, I have the E and the A sharp, and you have it in this chord too. see? Absolutely the same, no? So the function of the C sharp diminished chord is the same as the F sharp dominant 7, because this leads us. This is a substitution for this chord, and this leads us to B minor 7. So this was a little bit of chord theory that you understand better what happens, and in our next course we will analyze more pieces, more nice pieces. No? So maybe we look at some chord changes. I would like to go with you to the easy version and to show what I meant with the numbers I wrote down here. If you look at the third line, it starts with the C sharp diminished chord with B in the bass. This is this one. No? It's the same like this or this. I just changed it here. You have the third finger here on the C sharp, and now you see how the third finger leads us to the next chord. It goes here, then it goes down to the E dominant 7, B13, and then it goes to the A7 13, and then it stays and goes here. No? So very easy to play. Let's try it. We are, let me see. So we start with the C major, please. We have to just to jump here. No? 1, 2, and. Where do you go when the A minor 7 comes? And then I could do like this even. I could keep the second finger here from the D7 to the G6, 9, you see. Instead of doing this, I would change the whole thing. Not good. No? So stay here, go with the third, and then you can go back to the D7 chord. Okay, so let's play again the whole thing maybe. And we have okay, let me see. Falsa Baiana, let's play it from the beginning, that we can train this a little bit more. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Finger, first, second stays, So at the end, I improvised a little bit with the chords. Stop. So, I show you some possibilities again to play other patterns. Use the patterns you have from 1 to 10, these patterns here on the sheet, and try to vary a little bit. You can, if you play the patterns a little bit and practice them, you can really nicely incorporate them into a piece like this very freely also. It comes out of you if you know how the patterns work. Let me do an example. I play again what we did before. So what did I do now? Look here. I started to vary a little bit, also with a melody in the accompaniment. When I was here at the B minor 7, I went to the inner strings, then the outer strings, then I put the A here. Then I went to this one. And then when there came A7, 13, inner strings, bass, one outer string here, you see? Again. And then I put the A here, D7, B9, go to the A, and then I play the G major 7 here. So this is already some variation you can try out. Always, when you see the A minor 7 is perfect for this, you see, you can go here. All these notes are fitting. Yeah? And you can make some nice variation with it, or with the 7 minor 7 9 chord. You see? So these are some nice variations you could try out, and this will be the theme of our close group from next week on. Now, short advertisement in German. Unsere geschlossene Gruppe ab nächsten Mal. Ihr bekommt gelistete Links zugeschickt natürlich. Das erkläre ich euch noch in der Mail. Wer noch nicht dabei ist, wer noch nicht zu den Supportern gehört, kann das natürlich immer noch machen. Das Schöne ist, ihr könnt einfach einen Betrag überweisen, wie es euer Geldbeutel erlaubt. Ne? Also, ihr seid automatisch dann dabei für nächste Woche und bekommt die gelisteten Links, viel Notenmaterial, sehr gut vorbereitet, mit Melodie auch und die Originalnoten natürlich jedes Mal zugeschickt und könnt wunderbar euch vorbereiten für jede Session. Und wir werden auch Solostücke machen. Baden-Paul, vielleicht was von mir, dann Incompatibilidade dos Genius und solche Sachen. Die werden wir ausführlich besprechen. Und meine Idee ist dabei, auch wieder 2 Sessions zu machen, Freitag und Samstag. Aber vielleicht am Freitag auf YouTube und am Samstag eventuell über eine interaktive Plattform, Zoom oder Skype, das muss ich noch sehen. Zoom wäre vielleicht noch besser, obwohl die Sicherheit da nicht so gut ist. Das ist so die Idee. Und ich habe eine Idee für ein komplett neues Tutorial. Ich nenne es Zen Play. Jeder von uns, ich schließe mich da durchaus mit ein, es ist nicht immer einfach vorzuspielen, immer konzentriert zu bleiben, fokussiert zu bleiben. Und manchmal wünscht man sich, nein, ich glaube, ihr wünscht euch das alle, ihr würdet am liebsten mit viel weniger üben, viel mehr erreichen, oder? Ich zeige euch, wie das geht. Mit Zen Play, mein neues Tutorial, das startet am Sonntag in einer Woche. Jetzt bekommt ihr noch per Mail die Werbung dafür. Natürlich ist das erste Tutorial kostenlos. Danach wird es aber weitergehen. Ich werde mir was überlegen, wie wir das machen. Das wird einen festen Preis geben dann für jedes. Aber beim ersten könnt ihr einfach einsteigen und mal zugucken. Wie schafft man das, sich besser zu konzentrieren, weniger nervös zu sein beim Vorspielen? Wie schafft man es, in weniger Zeit viel mehr zu üben oder weiterzukommen oder Fortschritte zu machen? Ja? Da gibt es ein paar ganz gute Tricks und ein paar ganz gute Ideen, die ich dafür habe. Und das würde ich euch gerne ein bisschen zeigen. Also ich würde mich freuen, wenn ihr auch da wieder mitmacht. Das wäre natürlich toll. Ne? Also dann haben wir 3 Workshops, Freitag, Samstag, Sonntag. Okay, so let's go. This was the advertisement in German. This is for a tutorial which will be in German, so I didn't say it in English. So let's go to our first funk pattern. Funk music has a big tradition in Brazil. People always like to mix other music styles with the samba grooves. And this piece I played before, the Partido Alto rhythm, is one of them, which is used quite a lot in funk music. This. Yeah. But we will do another pattern now, which incorporates a little bit more the bass line. So this is interesting. Let's see. Can play it in an easy version too. It's like this. It's important to do this hammer on because it moves forward the whole thing, no? And it sounds much nicer if I would play. Doesn't go so nicely. So the basis of this pattern is mainly the pattern 3. No, sorry, it's pattern. No, it's pattern. Our basic patterns. You see, our basic pattern. The one basic pattern is pattern 3. Yeah. Okay. And now comes pattern 1. Let's do this without the bass, first of all. Let's do only. One, 2, and. You see, now I made a syncope here for the next chord, no? And then I went on with the 3rd measure. But instead of this syncope, we do now the bass. So you see, the bass goes to the basic note. Let's try this together. 1, 2, and. Okay, again with the other form, everybody can try. It's not so difficult to change these chords, you see. You have all the 4 fingers in the 5th fret, and then you just change these 2 fingers, go on D and F sharp here, okay? Remember this old exercise. Just do it with your fingers before to get faster, okay? And then you go on the bass. You can do it very nicely here with the second finger, and here, when you go back to the A minor, you have to do it. I keep the first finger and then I go just up. Let's try it. 1, 2, 1, 2, and. There, Klaus. Klaus, you're right. Where is your guitar colleague from Brazil? Yes, he wrote me a message that he was participated yesterday because that he wanted to train his German. So better for me. But today, I don't know if she's there. It's a very famous Brazilian singer. She wrote me a message today. She wants to have a look on my tutorial because she wants to train her guitar playing. It's Viviane de Farias. So if you ever should want to listen to really nicely sung Brazilian music, she's one of the best. She lives in Karlsruhe. You can get singing lessons with her. She's really good. Viviane de Farias. Look on YouTube. Her husband is a fantastic bass and drum player. I had the honor to play some concert with this guy. It's incredible. It's really incredible. Also on Facebook, look at the profile of the two. The incredible groove these two guys have. It's really, really nice. Now, Viviane de Farias and Mauro Martins. I will write the names here and you can check it out better. Because listening to music is the best you can do for your Viviane. Okay, that's it. So I don't know if she's there now looking, but check them out. They are really good. So let's play. I wanted to play this funk piece now with a nice rhythm. First of all, we listen to the beat, okay? So now we have to find the one. So this accented beat is on the second, no? It's on the second quarter. Dum, dum, ba, dum, dum, ba. And interesting is that the accentuated beat the second time comes before the second beat. So I count with you that you see where the beat is. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So second time it's before. So if I play with it, it goes like this. Fast now, but let's try it. I count you in and you try to play with me, okay? 1, 2, 1, Okay. We can try it also with a partido alto rhythm, even a little bit faster. Listen to the beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You hear the deep sound of the surdo is the second beat. 2, 1, 2. Yeah? Okay. So, dear people, that was a nice session with you. I'm looking forward to our group on next Friday and Saturday. Who would like to join? Write to me. I explain to you how it works. All the people who are already contributed to my YouTube sessions will get automatically an email where they get all the information. You get the links for the next, each week I will send you a link for the YouTube sessions or Zoom sessions. And then we continue, and I will prepare nice things for you. My challenge will be tomorrow. There will be another beautiful day, but I will stay at home. Stay at home. It's a new motto. Stay at home and work for you and prepare nice things. No? Okay. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Klaus. So I'm thinking about some things also for you, for the group who has already joined me, to give you some tips where to listen to Brazilian music at the moment, because there are a lot of offers. You know, my Brazilian friends are offering things. They play in the internet. They have nice YouTube sessions. So also this I will do and try to present you other guitar players who are really interesting and where you could have a look how they play, what they do, and will present you also interesting books. I can't copy these books, but you can buy them directly with the people, and we can help these Brazilian musicians like this in this situation now, and can try to support these people also, okay? Because I think it's really important. Tomorrow, the shops will be open again, so please remember, if you buy something now, don't do it with the big players. Go to your local shop and buy there. If you want to buy music scores, don't buy it on big players, buy it in your local music store, because they are suffering a lot. No? It's with everything what you buy. Don't do this price comparison. Pay €5 more and buy it at your local dealer. So it's really worth it that not the whole industry dies now. No? Poor coffee shops and restaurants also. So a lot of people are suffering at the moment. So we all have to support them now. So with these last words, have a nice weekend, and we see us next week. Bye-bye. Oh.